In my previous video, I showed you guys my old account. We went through all the updates we've had on it. A lot of people were asking for an update on my account, and I thought what better time to do it than when we had a whole new shift in the matchmaking. So the way this new update is for the matchmaking, it's basically they're introducing a gold 4. Obviously, I have already made a video on that. Feel free to check it out if you wish so. But we are going to now go through my main account, which is my artillery, and basically kind of have a look at what's changed over here. Now, honestly, not much has changed in terms of officers and stuff. We still have the same officers here. Although, with that being said, I do think we might see a shift very, very soon on my officers, because I am very close, actually, to getting Madame Vindicta at sort of that level that she's 100% usable at. So the first thing as well is I'm going to be getting this skill to level 5, and then I'm 100% going to be using her. But maybe I need to do a little bit testing now to see if she's still usable, because I am still missing out on technically 8% damage intensity right there. But is she still usable at level 4? Maybe. I'll have to do some testing to find out. Then, of course, this skill will eventually go up to, level 5, and she'll be awakened. But obviously, when she does come out, I'll be placing her instead of Red Heat here for the second Howie that's dealing damage to her base. Then, at that point, I will probably be putting Red Heat right here with Liberty. And with doing that, it means I'm basically probably going to be retiring Frostfire. Kind of. Now, obviously, when it's in a defense mode, I will be using the setup that we have here, and I will also be getting the new ATG officer to replace Eagle. Now, I could theoretically just replace Eagle with Frostfire, but obviously, upon testing, this new ATG officer is amazing. So I will be doing that. Now, that also means that when out in the field and I'm, say, using it for bombers or whatever, I could potentially use Frostfire with the new ATG officer for that little bit of extra oomph when attacking units out in the field. That's my ground-based setup. Now, when it comes to wrenches, I have these 3 units here all wrenched up, and also my infantry is finally wrenched up as well. Now, the ATG is obviously lacking some wrenches, but, it's not really going to be getting used. This is going to be my base offense setup. So we now have obviously full defense over here and full offense in these 3 artillery pieces. Now, moving to air, this is where I'm really happy about, is my air is finally got 3 of them. We have obviously got skill training on them all as well, and I'm just really happy to finally have all 3. Now, prior to this update and the fact that we're now using 9.0 units, I've always had to do either 2 fighters or 1 fighter, 1 bomber. Now I can fully have all 3 of them active at once doing their thing. So I'm really happy about that. Obviously, there will be times where, for example, if I'm going into max fighter or max bomber setting, I'll have to think about whether or not I max out the damage fighter or if I max out the offense fighter. But it will only be 1 fighter maxed and then 1 bomber maxed. Now, if I'm in max fighter mode, I will end up maxing out both fighters, and then potentially if there's anything left over into the bombers, but I doubt there'll be anything left over because air is so expensive with wrenches. And then for my naval, guys, we still currently have this set up here, but what's going to be changing is I'm going to be removing this and getting a second GMD. I will be getting the new GMD officer that's coming out. By the time you see this video, the new GMD officer will be out. So I will be using that new GMD officer in pairing with, obviously, the previous GMD officer. And then I'll have Tide Watcher and Rip Current on the second GMD, meaning I'll have 2 GMDs. But to be able to do that, guys, I do need to replace this fighter, and I'll probably just end up replacing it with another Vanguard fighter. So I'll have 2 Vanguard fighters overall. So yeah, I'm pretty happy and confident with that. Moving down the line, as I said, we aren't going to be needing to have the AD anymore, which means I'll probably remove the AD and get a potential second rocket launcher. It means that Frostfire will be able to be used again. I'll probably use Frostfire with, say, Antonina or something like that. So I've got, 2 rocket launchers usable, then I've got the 2 Howies usable, and that will then be my more offensive. I'll remove the ATG for the offense setups, and then in the defense setups, the double ATG will come back. So a lot of switching and changing, but it's the best to optimize your setup overall. But that's kind of the basic update of my main account. I mean, not too much has changed. You know, it's more of a, I'm just now using more of my units instead of just some here or there. The tech on this account has not really changed too much since I think we last saw it. It weren't too long ago we done the 500. Actually, no, it was almost half a year to a year ago now we done the 500 mil upgrade. But due to Navy coming out and everything, guys, we are 595 mil, meaning the 600 mil update won't be too long. Maybe we'll have to delay it till 650 mil because, well, we're doing this update right now with the timing hasn't worked perfectly, guys. The timing hasn't worked perfectly. So let's take a look at the tech here. These four are still done. We now have infantry tech coming all along up here. Obviously, these are going to be priority upgrades. Moving on to tank tech, priority upgrades. These are the techs I'm obviously most interested in. They give all of your units damage intensity and damage resist. Obviously, artillery is done. Plane is done. Now moving on to the modern. My modern airplane is over the pictures and is working its way swiftly down to try and complete this. This is kind of one of my main things I'm doing. But at the same time as doing these main things, obviously, I will be going back 100%, guys, and doing the sort of the tank tech here and the infantry tech here and the infantry last picture. Don't get me wrong, it's coming 100%. Don't worry. I'm not neglecting it. It's going to get done. In fact, they are what I've been doing the most. Hence why I think when you last saw an update video on here, I was basically at the pictures almost. So not much has actually been done here. I've been focusing on getting those up and running. And then my Dominion Corp. Actually, I do have quite a lot of badges right now. I have 8,200 badges. So whenever I feel like going for, you know, I'm going to save up a little bit more, go for that #1 for the, obviously, battle honors to get an extra 100 officer statues. And this will be swiftly getting closer to being done. I don't know if it will be done, but it'll be closer to being done, obviously. Over on the advanced city, nothing has changed. You know, I got the second base HP. You know, I don't need that last base HP. Even if I have it, I'm still going to die very quick. So, you know, with Thunder coming out, guys, Thunder is just so strong. He melts everyone no matter what. So, yeah, for now, I don't have that done. And we are comfortably sitting at 1.75 billion. It's nowhere near the strongest. I get that. But again, it's all that we have at the moment. So what do you guys think of the new update? What are you going to be doing with your account? Is your account going to be getting, you know, shifted completely due to this Gold 4 edition coming out and them changing around the levels of your units? Let me know down below if you're happy with that change or not. As always, I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.